Hello, George here. I hope you're all feeling well. I want to talk to you about something health related for a change. Although we are about to have the ultimate cure of everything when we get raptured very soon, well, we're still here, and as long as we're here, we might as well look after our bodies, right? So I'm just going to give some health recommendations that might be used for some of you. Well, we're going to talk about coconuts. Well, coconuts grows on coconut trees, and it is, one of the major exports of the Philippines, and it's available in a variety of sizes and containers, depending to suit. But generally, if you buy in bulk, you get things cheaper. However, I think for most of us, we would get the size that is available in our local supermarket. The main health benefit from coconuts lies in the fact that there is a molecule called lauric acid, which is present in coconut oil in large amounts. And lauric acid, when it is metabolized by the body, creates a molecule called monolaurate. And this is how monolaurate might look like in your health food store. Now, you're gonna have to have a bit of caution here because I'm not gonna give you the generally known facts about coconut oil because those are available on the website. I'm going to tell you the stuff about coconut oil which nobody dares publish because they'll get sued. So I'll give you a health warning now that you please make up your own mind and don't sue me, right? In general, one of the lesser known facts about coconut oil that it is actually a treatment against autoimmune disorders, particularly AIDS and other autoimmune disorders. But AIDS perhaps has the most in terms of media profile, since it's very much a feared and considered to be a fatal disease. The benefits of coconut oil for AIDS has been, it's one of the secrets. Generally, there's lots of research done in the Philippines to show that there is a lot of benefits, antiviral and anti-autoimmune. And we don't really know. We know how the antiviral effect comes from. Basically, the monolaurate destroys the wall of viruses. So actually, it's not very smart. Well, a lot of pharmaceuticals try to attack the viruses by binding onto their receptors or doing something fancy in terms of their chemistry. The monolaurate takes a very old-fashioned approach. It just destroys them physically. So instead of disabling for example, think about a virus as a television. Instead of disabling the television by turning off the on switch, we disable here the television by smashing it to pieces. So that's basically how it works. Now, in terms of its autoimmune effect, and there are whole loads of diseases that are known to be or suspected to be caused by some sort of autoimmune disorder, and therefore are difficult to cure. The effect might be, they're still trying to do research, there might be an effect on a gene that regulates the immune system, that they think that monolaurate might be having a positive effect of either strengthening that gene or the metabolic pathways associated with that gene might be strengthened by monolaurate. One of the things we do observe is that there is a benefit on autoimmune disorders. So that's something to bear in mind. Aside from, there's lots of other benefits. There's the benefit of weight loss. I tried that myself. I don't think it works. Generally, for weight loss, there's nothing more effective than eating less and having more exercise. However, it does have a thermogenic effect. So as you eat it, or drink it, depending upon what temperature you happen to be in, because it has a rather it melts at 77 degrees centigrade or Fahrenheit. Okay. Anyway, you will find that it actually helps warm up your body. Now, in terms of the dosage, don't take too much, right? It's actually not really it's not a drug. It's like an oil. So generally, you would take, let's say, 1 tablespoon 3 times a day. That would be the average. But you could take less if you haven't taken coconuts before, or coconut oil. You might want to try maybe 1 tablespoon daily and build up to 3, and and get from there. In general, if you take coconut oil and you feel ill or don't feel well, stop immediately. But it's generally safe. It's just like any food, right? So, there you are. Those for you especially who are suffering maybe from AIDS, autoimmune disorders, or something that the medical profession using Western medicine finds difficult to cure, I would recommend that you please give this a try. It's inexpensive and quite safe. All right, thanks. Okay, to just give you some context regarding this advice. In general, pharmaceutical companies don't like to hear about certain effects of natural cures, such as coconut oil, because it does impact their industry a lot. If the antiviral and autoimmune effects of coconut oil were well publicized, it would actually get in the way of a lot of investments that have been made in some of the drugs that have been developed for AIDS, the general and other antiviral products. Now, think about how this kind of thing would, how it tends to occur in the Philippines. Is, let's say somebody from overseas sort of goes to the Philippines. He's suffering from a disease. Let's say it's AIDS, and he goes to the Philippines and goes to the province so he can sort of like lower his costs because his medicines are so expensive. And his neighbors would find out about it, and they would immediately recommend that he take coconut oil. And if they do follow some recommendation, then they actually find that their viral count goes down. Okay, so this is the context in which this kind of thing tends to happen, and so it's not publicized well. And there are some researchers in the Philippines that do this, but in general, this is not a very popular thing. Perhaps the most prominent Western proponent of coconut oil is someone called Dr. Fife, and he does have a YouTube channel, which I'm going to include in the description box. And he does include lots of benefits, but I don't think he goes this far. So a lot of the information I provided about the effects of autoimmune disorders and AIDS is largely anecdotal, and there have been some studies that have been published in Philippine universities that deal with this. However, in general, the medical establishment would not approve of this kind of information. Okay, so that's just a basic health warning. So you remember, just make up your own mind. But for many people who are actually suffering from some of these diseases, which Western medicine kind of finds it very difficult to cure, it doesn't really matter. They try anything, right? But and this is this is safe. Remember, just don't take too much, because it's not good to take too much of anything, and just test that you are not allergic by taking a small amount at first and seeing if you feel ill. All right? Okay, bye.